Welcome to WNKX Live on YouTube and Facebook. We have a very special presentation of middle school basketball right here inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium at Hickman County High School. As some of you may know, the MTAC Conference Tournament has been taking place for middle school basketball, and the championship brings us here to Hickman County High School, and we are so very excited to bring this special coverage to you here tonight. The first game, which tips off here in just under 10 minutes, will be the girls' championship game. It'll be between Charlotte and East Hickman. So if you support either of these teams, we welcome you to the broadcast. If it's your first time joining us here on WNKX, a very special welcome to you as well. I'm Josh Copley, as always, and tonight I have a very special guest, one of my closest friends and current Freed-Hardeman attendee and Hickman County High School alumni, Case Martin.
Hey, Josh. Glad to be here for this game.
So, Case, you know, I was thinking about who I was going to call on to cover this game. And, of course, Ron Puckett, who usually does it with me, is out tonight. And I know you have a little bit of broadcasting experience yourself. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've done the games, color commentary at Freed-Hardeman this year, Josh. And I fell in love with it. It's a ton of fun. I was super excited when you asked me to do it back home. It's a perfect venue for a couple of championship games tonight. I'm super excited.
When I've seen all sorts of posts on social media advertising this game, plugging WNKX as well. So if you've been sharing any of our posts on social media or making posts of your own, we send a very special thank you to you as well. It's going to be a big night tonight. In case we already look out at J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium, it's definitely going to be a packed house. Right now we see mainly fans of just Charlotte and East Hickman. But if there's anything we know about the East Hickman high school or middle school teams, their fans are always going to come out and show up and support their teams.
Oh, yeah, certainly. It's always emotional games, especially going against Hickman County. But yeah, they're definitely showing up now for the Charlotte game. Just so good that they're this close to the venue tonight to pack out the stands. And it's definitely slowly filling up, and it's probably about half capacity in the lower bowl right now. So hopefully we'll get more people in here for this game.
And, of course, as we said earlier, this is going to be one of two games here tonight. The second game will be the boys' game between the undefeated Hickman County Middle School Bulldogs and the East Hickman Middle School Eagles. Now, Case, we're going to talk a little bit more about that game later. We want to direct our attention first to this girls' MTAC Conference Tournament. So let's talk about the road that's been traveled so far. So Charlotte comes in tonight as the number one seed, and what's important to note about being the number one seed is that you get a bye. In case, as someone who's very familiar with sports, you've kept up with it your whole life, you've played sports, you know how important that bye is.
Yeah, Josh, is super important. I mean, you get another game full of rest where the other team has to go out, and obviously East coming off an emotional win against their cross-county rival. I think that matters with the rest that Charlotte got. But I think East also has an advantage being this close to home. But that's why we play the games. We'll see what happens.
So looking around to the round one matchups here, we saw the number 2 seed East Hickman Middle School Lady Eagles defeat Waverly, who was the 7th seed, by a final score of 46-11. So quite the blowout there, and we saw East Hickman's defense on full display. Another round one matchup, we saw the Hickman County Middle School Lady Dogs, who came in as the 3 seed, of course coached by my usual broadcast colleague, Ron Puckett. They defeated number 6 Houston County 37-23, which set up that big-time semifinal matchup, the crosstown rivalry game between the number 2 seed East Hickman and the number 3 seed Hickman County. And I want to talk about that game for just a little bit because it might have a factor on this game as well. As you said earlier, Charlotte had the rest. East Hickman had to work to be here. An extra game, and that extra game was no joke, especially when you think about the double overtime thriller that we saw between East Hickman and Hickman County. It was a game of inches through and through. It was an exciting game. It was an exhilarating game that could have gone either way. So while East Hickman might be a little fatigued from that game, couldn't you also say, Case, they may be riding some momentum that Charlotte might not have?
Oh, absolutely. Playing in a game like that is huge. Yeah, it's tiring, but yeah, it's huge. It's emotional, and it ended up being good emotions to come into this game off of that. And also, it's worth noting, Charlotte got the game off, but they also kind of, just had a much easier matchup for them. They had a blowout victory, maybe didn't exert as much of their, what's the word? stamina. That's what I'm thinking
There you
of.
go. There you go.
There we go. So yeah, Charlotte definitely going to be feeling good, have better legs tonight. But I like what you said about the momentum for East Hickman.
And looking at the other side of the bracket, it was 4-seed McEwen who took on 5-seed William James. And William James was victorious by 5 points, 39-34. And then in the semifinal matchup on that side of the bracket, we saw what we like to call the Creekwood Bowl. Because as some of you may know, Creekwood High School is a combination of two middle schools. It's William James and it's Charlotte. So Charlotte was victorious over the 5-seed William James. So all it took for Charlotte was to win that one game to find themselves in the finals. But Charlotte cannot rest easy or think this is going to be some sort of cakewalk because they are the number 1 seed. East Hickman is a very talented, very good team who's ready for the bright lights tonight. As you said, they're closer to home than Charlotte is. We know East is always going to be well coached. We know East Hickman has an incredible middle school pipeline. That goes for boys and girls. In case as someone, who's played basketball all your life, I mean, talk a little bit about that pipeline that East Hickman has that you've faced in the past.
Oh yeah, East Hickman always has guys who just want guys and girls who just want to win. Like they work hard, and you see them. Like we were talking about the names that we see on this sheet. They've had siblings play at the high school ranks that we've seen. They start out in the middle school and they're good players, and they just keep going. Like you said, it's a great pipeline who loves basketball.
And we're going to say that word pipeline probably a few more times before the night is over, because that's going to be the name of the game when it comes to our boys matchup between East Hickman and Hickman County. We know both of those programs are tremendous pipelines for the high school. Both teams have been practicing and playing with each other since they were even younger than they are now. So it's going to be an exciting night tonight on WNKX. We're going to step away for just a moment, but when we come back, it's going to be tip-off from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
So, Case, we have gone from calling matchups on video games to now calling a real-life matchup here from inside J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium, and there is no better time to get our first start as a tandem, even if it might be for a one-time only, but depending on how successful this is, your name will probably be called on at some point in the future if we need somebody. But now it is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the starting lineups for the national anthem, and it's going to be time for basketball, championship basketball in the MTAC tournament. So we are getting things situated here tonight to make sure the ship is up and running for championship basketball. Before the game begins, we also want to wish luck to our Hickman County High School Bulldogs who are on the road tonight taking on the Waverly Tigers. And we also have some news regarding Tyler McKinnon's well-being. We told you we would update you as we hear more, and we were informed that Tyler McKinnon does have a torn labrum, and he's going to be reevaluated in January. So our prayers are going Tyler McKinnon's way. Hopefully he can recover soon and get back on the floor doing what he loves. But moving on here tonight, it's the Charlotte Tigers against the East Hickman Lady Eagles. And the tip is won by Charlotte, and this is how we're going to get started. Loose ball heading out of bounds, and it's going to be an early turnover. So Charlotte with an early press on East Hickman, trying to force it down the floor, but it's taken away. Kick out, 3 up, and it's no good, a little too strong. And Senzing there trying to save it, but no dice, it goes out of bounds. And once again, it'll be Lady Eagle ball. Of course, East Hickman wearing those patented blue uniforms, Charlotte in white. Tries to find somebody in the paint, but has it batted down. Double team, gets it out. Now East, down the right side of the floor. He has it knocked away from behind. It finds the hands of a Lady Eagle, still scrapping for the ball. And a whistle and a jump.
Josh, early full court pressure by Charlotte. Looked like it was going to work. East Hickman broke it pretty well and just got back tap luckily out on the Tigers.
It's inbounded to the wing. Dribbling inside, kick to the opposite wing. Looking for the paint, tipped out. Heading towards the baseline. And it's going to stay with the Eagles. They'll float it. Dribbles high post. Swings it to the wing. Pull from deep. It's going to be off the mark. Right into the hands of Rayleigh Williams. So a minute has elapsed here in this first quarter. Still 0-0. Charlotte driving. The shot is blocked, but a whistle and a foul.
Josh didn't think it was horrible defense there. I thought she might have got a hand on that on the ball, but nonetheless, official has a better view than I do from way back here.
That'll send Senzing to the line to try to record the game's first points. The first free throw rattles in, and Charlotte on the board first in this MTAC Conference Championship game. The second one's up, kicks off. The foul was called on number 13, Cassidy Meyer of East Hickman. Zimmerman now back to midcourt, loose ball. Finds the hands of Zimmerman. Pass, high post, off the hands of Meyer. But Meyer recovers at the wing. Dribbles inside, kicks to the corner. When it goes off her shoe there, a bit of a missed dribble, but again, good fortune finding the hands of Zimmerman. Pass inside the post, and a foul called on Charlotte in case a very tight window to force that pass.
Yeah, threaded the needle there and drew the foul. Good play there by East Hickman.
Pass out up top, 3 on the way, falls short. And it's going to hit baseline. That'll be Charlotte ball. The foul was called against number 11, Bonnie Stockman of Charlotte a few moments ago. near the scorer's table, able to find Sinzing. Ball up top, dribbles inside. Strong drive. High, up and in. So Charlotte now leads 3-0 over East Hickman. East trying to break this pressure. Bounce pass. Meyer kicks it right. 3 is up, and it's money. Number 20, Yvain Tidwell, tying the game up at 3. Owen. Looked like Cassidy Meyer got a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds, almost forcing a turnover.
And Josh, East Hickman doing a really good job of breaking the press, and they got another good look there, and that one goes down.
Now East trying to respond with some pressure of their own, driving inside, hands straight up, and a blocking foul. So Case, what does that young lady in the paint need to do next time? Because for all intents and purposes, the arms were straight up in the air.
Yeah, you know, Josh, I think she just has to stand her ground and maybe take a hit there. I thought it was pretty good defense, but again, that's the second time that foul's been called.
And they're going to get number 10, Delaney Hill, on the foul. Charlotte now ball top of the key. Pulls, that's a deep bomb, no good. And a foul is going to be called, I believe, off the ball. It's going to go against the Lady Eagles, so it's going to stay with the Tigers. 2 fouls apiece for each team in this one. That was the second foul called on Delaney Hill. Charlotte in the paint. Oh, a lot of steps and an easy walk call. So back in East possession. It's Tidwell passing it down the right side of the floor. Pass over to the wing behind. Was looking for Aubrey Lambert.
And Josh, I knew she ended up throwing it away, but that was a good heads-up play by Meyer. She realized she got stuck in the corner right past half court, which is where you do not want to be caught with the ball in your hands, but she dribbled out of it really well.
So another foul is called. So there have been 5 total fouls called in this game, and we haven't even gotten 3 minutes into the first quarter. So the officials trying to establish early how they're going to let this game be played. Shot off the glass, missed. Offensive board, though, from Charlotte. 3 up and in from Sinzing. 6-3, Tigers back out in front. He's pushing the envelope. In the paint, shot is up, too strong. Rebounded by Charlotte. Down the right side of the floor. Kick, corner 3, it's high, it rattles out. Look to be on target. That ball goes out of bounds, it'll stay with Charlotte.
Josh, I love the fast-paced play from both teams. The East just needs to get a little bit more under control because they're getting pretty good looks, just rushing a little bit.
Pass in the paint, trying to shoot over, not gonna work. That's gonna be taken away by the ladies in blue. Meyer at the wing. Steps through, wants to drive, doesn't get it to fall, but he stays with it. A 2 from the free throw stripe, it's good. Knocked down by Yvain Tidwell again, accounting for all 5 East Hickman points. They're trying to break the pressure, but it's another forced turnover by the Lady Eagles. Pulls from 3, off the back of the rim, no good. Loose ball, corralled by Williams. Down the left side. She pulls up there and has to dish up top. And that's going to be a turnover. So, Case, right there, we're seeing the dangers of that press, right? Forcing errant passes, maybe making them feel a little uneasy, trying to move the ball down the floor.
Yeah, Josh, I love how we saw the Tigers come out in it, but I love how East Hickman came and matched the energy and came out in their own press of their own and turning the Tigers over now.
Trying a little whatever you can do, I can do better. So East Hickman does have 4 team fouls against them, so any fouls going forward in the rest of this quarter for the next minute and 51 will result in free throws for Charlotte. Charlotte only with 2 team fouls. 6-5, Tigers ahead by 1. Tidwell dribbles left, pulls from three. It's good. Evan Tidwell on fire to start this one. Ball kicks away. Corralled by Brooks. They're going to try to get it back up top, reset. Under 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a whistle and an offensive foul called on the Tigers. I'm curious to see who they got there. I didn't quite see. But East Hickman on the break. Pass up top, tried to force it there. Looking for Meyer on the opposite end of the paint. Charlotte drives, shot goes up, missed. And the rebound is secured, but a missed pass finds the hands of a Tiger. But luckily for East Hickman, no harm, no foul. Trying to force something there, looking for Zimmerman deep in the paint. But right there was Addie DeLoach. Under 50 seconds now in the first quarter. When a foul is going to be called.
Josh, we're getting an early look of both teams going 1,000 miles an hour and kind of just turn it over a little bit. They are getting good looks, but when half the time you're throwing it to the other team, you got to slow down a little bit probably.
Of course, that's where their youth is showing, trying to rush things, trying to force things that aren't there. But I'm sure as this game prolongs, two really good coaches as well. I mean, Coach Elizabeth Looney for East Hickman and then Coach Ashley Estes for Charlotte. They're going to have these girls settled down. This is just the early championship game jitters. The first free throw attempted by DeLoach is no good. And we've seen throughout this tournament, Case, the name of the game, what's been the make or break between winning and losing has been free throw efficiency. Looking to see how they play in that department tonight.
Yeah, one of the most important parts of basketball is you got to hit your free throws.
So Charlotte there makes it a 1-point game. Pass, ball in the corner. Dribble, driving. The shot is no good, sails over the rim. And Zimmerman fighting for the ball and forces a jump. So that looked like a surefire Charlotte possession, but Zimmerman playing tough. Now the possession arrow will still favor the Lady Tigers, but you got to admire the hustle. Sinzing down the right side, floats it to Williams. Pulls back, and a double dribble.
Josh, I love this championship emotion. Both teams with a really good press and a really good press break. They're getting after each other, but both teams able to break the press pretty easily.
Zimmerman looking for help. Finds Tidwell. Goes to the wing. Long two up. Banks off the glass and good. Aubrey Lambert knocking it down.
And right after the shot, they get right back into their spots on the press.
And Charlotte unable to get some end of quarter points. And what a first quarter it was. We expected nothing less in this championship game. We still have 18 minutes left to decide a winner when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're about to be underway with the second quarter of action in the girls' MTAC Conference Championship game. It's been a very competitive one so far, Case.
Yeah, Josh, we were just talking at the break. Very impressed by both teams' skill, that and the shot making, as well as the defensive discipline.
It's going to be Tidwell bringing things up for the Eagles to start. She was on fire in that first quarter. accounting for 8 of their 10 points. Tidwell spins through, dishes in the paint. Nice catch. She goes up trying to complete the shot, but Zimmerman is fouled. In case we've been really impressed watching Evan Tidwell tonight, but we know how athletic she is. Of course, she is a cross-country state champion as well, so she means business athletically. But Zimmerman goes 0 for 2 on those free throws. Driving is Senzing. Wants to go all the way, puts up a shot well shy of the rim. And they're not going to get the foul call. It's going to go the other way.
Looked like he might have called it travel. Couldn't quite see it from here.
A double team there. Looking to escape, but Charlotte rips it away. Oh, and flying in out of nowhere. What a defensive play by Aubrey Lambert. It's Tidwell down the floor. Going right, pulls, long 2, missed. Rebounded underneath by Rayleigh Williams. Now Senzing, top of the key. The primary ball handler for these Lady Tigers. Looking underneath for Williams. Quick pass, it's Brooks. To the corner for 3. It's good. We're tied at 10. Under 5 minutes left in this first half. A pass looking for Lambert. But right there was number 23, Kaylee Brooks, jumping the passing lane. And they got the jump ball call. The possession arrow favored the Lady Tigers. Senzing drives all the way. High off the glass and good. And here comes Tidwell. Steps back. 3. She does it again.
Josh, she just single-handedly dribbled through the full court press of Charlotte and got herself a step back 3.
And a walk is called against Charlotte. So now, after the 3, then the turnover, these are the moments where you can start to see the momentum maybe change hands a little bit. And a whistle blows a foul called on Charlotte. Waiting to see the guilty party. They got number 5, Scarlett Senzing. That's her first. The first free throw attempted there by Lambert is a little too strong, kicks off the back of the rim. In case, going back to that play where we saw Evan Tidwell break the press, I mean, no pun intended, but I mean, she really went cross-country right there breaking that press.
Yeah, very skilled player, very good ball handler, just went through the entire press on her own.
Pass inside. Dribbles baseline, gives Brooks from the corner, long 2. Hits off the glass, well short. Here comes Zimmerman, bounce pass to Tidwell. Tidwell pulls from 3. She's feeling it. Make that 4 threes for Evan Tidwell. On Brooks, has to pick up her dribble. A couple of Lady Eagles there to disrupt her. Gives, high post, dribbles inside, kicks it. Open look for 2, too strong. Rebounded by East Hickman. Here comes Zimmerman, driving through, left-handed hook, it's missed. Wouldn't have counted anyway.